Every time you buy something inside an iPhone app, whether it's a game item, a subscription, or a digital upgrade, Apple takes a cut. Most people have no idea how much power Apple has over the entire iPhone economy. And almost no one knows that one company, Epic Games, tried to break that system. What started as a hidden update inside Fortnite turned into one of the biggest tech lawsuits of the decade. Because if Apple loses this battle, the entire smartphone industry could change. To understand why this fight matters, you need to know one thing. On an iPhone, Apple controls everything. You can only install apps from the App Store. Developers must follow Apple's rules, and Apple takes up to 30% of every digital purchase. For years, developers complained, but Apple didn't move an inch. Then Epic Games, the creators of Fortnite, decided to do something no one else dared to do. They didn't just challenge Apple, they set a trap designed to force Apple into a legal battle that could change the future of digital commerce. In August 2020, Epic quietly pushed a hidden feature into Fortnite, a new payment button that bypassed Apple's 30% fee. Epic knew this violated Apple's rules. They also knew exactly what Apple would do next. Within hours, Apple banned Fortnite from the App Store, instantly cutting off millions of iPhone players. But Epic was ready. Minutes later, they released a video parodying Apple's iconic 1984 commercial, portraying Apple as the new corporate villain. Then they filed a lawsuit. This wasn't a reaction. It was a coordinated ambush. Epic wanted Apple to ban Fortnite because that ban gave them the perfect argument. Apple is abusing its monopoly power. Epic's lawsuit made a bold claim. Apple wasn't just running a store, it was running a monopoly. Epic argued that Apple controls the only way to install apps, forces developers to use its payment system, blocks competing app stores, and punishes anyone who tries to offer cheaper prices. And that 30% fee? Epic said it wasn't a commission. It was a tax on the entire digital economy. If Epic won, the consequences would be massive. Developers could offer cheaper prices, competing app stores could appear, Apple could lose billions, and the iPhone ecosystem could be opened for the first time ever. This wasn't just about Fortnite, it was about who controls the future of the internet. Apple fired back. They said the App Store isn't a monopoly at all. Developers can build for Android. Apple's rules protect users, the 30% fee funds, security and infrastructure, and Epic wants special treatment. Apple argued that allowing alternative app stores would increase scams, weaken privacy, break the iPhone's security model. And Apple made one more point. Epic agreed to our rules. They broke them deliberately. This is a contract dispute, not a monopoly case. Apple wasn't just defending money, they were defending control. The trial lasted 3 weeks. Epic said Apple's ecosystem was a walled garden, designed to lock users in. Apple said the garden was what made the iPhone safe. Epic said Apple's 30% fee was arbitrary. Apple said it was industry standard. Epic said Apple blocked innovation. Apple said Epic wanted to rewrite the rules for its own benefit. And the judge had to answer one question. Is Apple a monopoly or just a successful business? The judge ruled Apple is not a monopoly, but Apple must allow developers to tell users about cheaper payment options. Epic breached its contract, and Fortnite would remain banned unless Epic complied with Apple's rules. Epic won a small battle. Apple won the war. But the story didn't end there. Both sides appealed. Regulators in the EU, UK, Australia, and the US launched investigations. And in 2024, the EU forced Apple to open the iPhone to alternative app stores, something Epic had wanted from the beginning. The battle wasn't over. It was spreading. This case matters because it affects everyone: iPhone users, app developers, gamers, streaming services, and subscription businesses. The question is simple: should one company control the entire digital economy of the iPhone? Apple says yes, because it keeps users safe. Epic says no, because it stifles competition. And regulators around the world are now deciding who's right. The Apple versus Epic battle is more than a fight over Fortnite. It's a fight over the future of digital marketplaces. Because if Apple loses control of the App Store, the entire smartphone industry could change. Cheaper apps, more competition, more innovation, and a world where developers, not Apple, decide how digital commerce works. But if Apple wins, the walled garden stays intact. And the question becomes, is that protection or power? If you like videos like this, feel free to follow the channel for more.